What is going on, Batch? Welcome back to the HEB podcast with your boy, Astro. All right. I got a lot of news to talk about with you guys. All right, so stay tuned, okay? I'm just opening up the chat right now, getting everything set up. Just put in the description, so all the links should be down there. Go support the D Live. You know, make sure. Well, first of all, I got this open, so it's kind of disrespectful to have this open and not talk about it. Well, all right, guys. The Notre Dame Cathedral is on fire as we speak. Not good. Not good, Batch. 400 firefighters have been dispatched. They're going to take care of the problem. All right? Soon, this will be taken care of. But it was devastating. There was a lot of damage. Apparently, it was during renovations and construction. So there's kind of like a conspiracy going on. I don't know much about it at all, but we're about to find out. You and me, Batch. We're going to get into this. We're going to get to the bottom of it. All right? So investigate it as an accident for now. I don't know what. See, they would put that for a reason, right? For now. Like, because these people who put this story out obviously have some other thoughts as well, or more optimistic about the thing anyway. Investigators are treating the fire that engulfed Paris Notre Dame Cathedral as an accident for now, the local prosecutor's office said Monday evening. Almost said morning. Paris police will investigate the disaster as involuntary destruction caused by fire and have ruled out arson and potential terror-related motives for starting the blaze, officials said. They've ruled it out. Why did they rule it out? It seems like something any insider would be able to accomplish if had that motive. They don't see the motive? Okay, well, they ruled it out somehow. So, the prosecutor's statement came moments after a government official and the Paris fire chief said they were optimistic that the cathedral's world-famous bell towers had been saved from the fire and that the main structure of the building remained intact. It was a rare piece of good news on a night that left thousands in the streets of French capital and millions around the world looking on in shock as one of the world's great religious, cultural, and historical landmarks was consumed by flames. This is terrible, guys. I'm not, I was raised as a Christian, but I'm not super religious myself. But and my heart goes out to all, who suffer through any of this. This is a crisis, so. Batch, send your heart out, send your love, all right? Be who you are, the lovely Batch, with the positive energy and ego. Keep it coming. We're going to move on to, well, not really moving on, but we're going to go into this guy, all right? So his name is Tim Pool. He's got a channel. He's did a video on this like an hour ago or something. So we're going to see what he has to say real quick. He was talking more about the conspiracy, so let's see.
want YouTube to take action and make changes. Well, you reap what you sow. There's nothing, like, quite literally, when the left says they got to do better to stop misinformation and all that stuff, well, what's your solution? Just turn it all off? No, sometimes...
There you guys go. Sorry, I just fixed the volume.
...don't work because you need a human to solve the problem. Now, what we do know...
Still getting used to this.
YouTube has removed these panels. But one of the big problems being brought up by even, like there are people who are on the right...
All right,
concerned
so...
this may be a deliberate attack, who are upset because this tag is leading people to start talking about conspiracy theories. It's too soon to know what's happening in Notre Dame, but already we're seeing articles being shared, going viral. Yeah. Because
yeah, so yeah, it is. It's pretty crazy and a very sensitive topic. Any of the Christians on the planet are obviously like praying right now for and there's gonna be insensitive people, and I'm not gonna be so radical like some people choose to be today, to say like, oh, like I don't know, like these people are trying to bring out some sort of like reason for why this is happening, and their ideas are being shut down by something. And whether it be a power pyramid, YouTube, Google, aka Google, Facebook, Big Brother, always listening, Apple. Apparently Apple's not as bad. Joe Rogan. I heard on Joe Rogan's podcast that he heard Sam Harris's podcast. So from his podcast to that podcast, he talked about, more of that stuff, how Apple isn't, they're more ethical with our information and our data, and they don't give it out like Facebook does, for advertisers and companies. And apparently Facebook had a patent for, what is it? Oh, for having they scan your images that you upload there for anything that has like a brand label. So it's like they scan your image, they see Coca-Cola, blah blah blah. They see Starbucks, they're gonna notify them that you're enjoying their product or whatever. They utilize that and they patent it or something, and that's like something controversial, I would say nowadays. I wouldn't agree with it, honestly. Like, I really don't. There's a line, that we need to set somewhere, and we got to find out where it is, to where we do have some sort of privacy, but we got to be aware of when that is, and know exactly when we're not. Because if you think about it, they got satellites watching us. They got everything. Google Maps. They got security cameras on the corner of your block. They got all the stores cameras. They got your phone cameras. They got your laptop cameras. They got everything that they want or need to see you, look at you, and listen to you. All of those things most of them have microphones. So it's terrifying when you actually think about it, Batch, but it's all right. We're going to get out of this. We're going to do something about it. I know that some sort of regulation is going to happen. It's not even like Facebook's trying to argue against it almost. It's like, why haven't we done it already then? I don't even understand. But regardless, all right, I'm getting a little sidetracked here. So I'm going to let him finish up a little bit here.
Look, this is why I'm not a fan of conspiracy theorists, all right? Here's what we can talk about. This story is being shared by a ton of people. Catholic churches are being desecrated across France, and officials don't know why. Some people believe it's related to like black metal or Satanism. Obviously, you have people trying to claim that it's, Islam or something. None of these things have merit, okay? It's true. This is true. And I'm talking about what happened with Notre Dame as of right now. Granted, this is being recorded a few hours before, okay, it's published, so it is entirely possible new information comes out, and I'm wrong about all of this. But the main point I want to bring up is...
Yeah. So he's optimistic, obviously. Oh, shit. Yeah. He's optimistic. He's a good journalist, but, there are some things I disagree with him on, but overall, Tim Pool is a good guy, and he actually, had that conversation with Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter and Cash App, and on Joe Rogan's podcast with his lawyer, and actually stood his ground against a lawyer, which is fire. Chief legal officer, sorry. I guess she's both, or that's her job as a lawyer. Regardless, Tim Pool is pretty fire, but there are some policies that, we do disagree on. But regardless of that, we're going to move on. So our hearts go out to Notre Dame Cathedral. So hope everything works out and we find out if there is any kind of hidden conspiracy, if there is. If not, then it was just a tragic accident and they happen. So all right, Batch, moving on. This is our Congresswoman, Representative Illhan Omar. So there's a thing going on right now because she said a few things about 9/11, or she phrased it as some people did something, quote unquote. I don't know, obviously, if she had like that intention to really undersell it, but I don't even know if that's the right way to say that, but regardless, she said it and it offended a lot of people. And obviously if you suffered from that thing, that horrible, tragic event, terrorist attack, it was horrible, and a lot of families lost people, and thousands of people died, almost 3,000 or somewhere around that number. And then there was a lot of other casualties. And then there's all these conspiracy theories with Alex Jones and, it was an inside job, and all this other stuff. And it's like, okay, well, hold on. We're offending people here. Who's allowed to offend people and who's not? Because if you're calling it an inside job, then you're going to be offending people. Who cares? If you're calling it somebody did something, you're offending people. Who cares? It's America, free speech. I love it. You should love it. It's the reason that we have differing opinions, and it's a double-edged sword, and we all got to deal with it, and it makes us more relatable in that sense. If we look at each other as individuals, then we actually do all differ from each other on some of our ideals, at least most of the ones that choose to, create their own ideas on subjects, and that actually, being different, if everybody was different, every individual I'm talking about, then that would actually, in my opinion, make us the same. Or, yeah, that would be something that we had in common, so it's a fun thing to think about. But so regardless, I'm getting off topic again, sorry, Batch, but so that's how she said it. So the only thing is that I ended up getting recommended this video on YouTube, which was kind of weird, just because I saw one video of them talking about it, and boom, YouTube's like, oh, you want to see this video, and it was pretty recent, I guess, but it's bad quality footage. I don't know why. Maybe it's maybe older people watch this channel or something, but we'll see. What do you want to watch first? Okay. Well, oh yeah. So she's making it a huge thing, obviously, on Twitter. She's condemning Dan Crenshaw, who honestly is, in my opinion, a very humble guy. Much respect to him for, defending our country and going out and losing his eye for our country and the flag and all that. And he doesn't, seem like anything else but that. So he seems pretty transparent. Illhan Omar does not seem transparent at all. There's obviously questions, that she just takes offense for you having the questions instead of, being more transparent so that you don't have that, feeling in the back of your head like, what the heck? Are there ulterior motives here? And, there's freedom of expression and freedom of speech, and those are all loved, you know, and in my mind. So I hope that more Americans, you know, can share that philosophy. I don't know. Anyways, this is her talking about like Al-Qaeda, because she didn't say it was Al-Qaeda before, but she's kind of referencing how she stands on Americans and our anti-Muslim culture wherever it is. I don't know where it is. Maybe in the Nazis or the KKK, the smallest amount of people that are in those groups. Okay, but so are you just gonna say all Americans are like that? Are we doing that again? Are we trying to repeat history? Seriously? Are we trying to group and categorize everybody? So she's like saying, you know, they're all, you know, apparently she's an anti-Semitist and she doesn't deny it. And apparently she has a long history of that. And most of the people that she works with are also like on her side. Like when you dig deeper into her and who she personally works with, rather than at the tables, you know, I don't know. It's more of a, it's hard to talk about this shit because there's such a fucking line of, you know, sensitivity to where everybody wants to be, you know, kind, you know, and I'm trying to be kind right now. So it's like, how the fuck do I say this? But she doesn't like Americans. She just plain out does not like America. In my opinion, that's just how it rubs off. It's not even, you know, based off of, because it's obviously stupid if she was going to say it outright that, you know, any of that I'm talking about, instead of picking it out on little things, saying like, oh, we do this over here, we do this that way. They pick out the little stuff and say that the American people should feel bad for that or something. And instead of, you know, already recognizing that people do feel bad for the mistakes that they make, you know, all people, all of humanity. It doesn't make anyone different just because of what country you're from. But our morals do differ on those lines and our standards. So I'm going to play this real quick, let you guys get your own ideas. So she's talking about like her professor that she had. This video is being annoying.
In the class was every time
Okay.
the professor said Al-Qaeda, he sort of like his shoulders went up and, you know,
Yeah, he's in command here.
Al-Qaeda, you know,
He's an expert.
So, okay. Well, I don't know what this uploader's talking about, but so she's laughing for some reason. I don't know why that conversation was funny. I don't know where the humor is. I really don't. If for you to pull out humor would really like be unrelatable for me, like she just did. So making her unrelatable to me, I feel like I'm somewhat of a common American. I like capitalism, but there's bad sides to it, obviously, like everything else. You know, I like freedom of speech, and I like most of the American fundamental moralities. It's just human rights and all that. And I, you know, think that we made our government. The government didn't make us, you know, so we have the power over the government, and I feel like that should be how it remains, you know. So that's me personally, and the states obviously having more leeway with that. But so I don't know.
I remember when I was in college, I took a terrorism class, and
Is that a substance?
yeah, there was
There is a lab for that?
there was a class that you.
Do you go to the lab?
It was a class.
We
Field trip?
learned
I'm
the
glad.
ideology of.
I'm glad you do that.
And so it was the thing that was interesting in the class was every time shoulders went up and, you know,
Yeah,
it was
he's in
sort of
command,
like
yeah.
Al-Qaeda, you know,
He's an
hospital.
expert.
And it was, you know, as
What's his
if
name? What put his name on?
we
Where
are
does he
not
live?
saying his name.
Like wants him to say his name. He wants him to call her. Wants her to call out his name. What kind of crazy people are these two? I don't know this guy on the left, to be honest, but I know Illhan Omar is actually pretty damn crazy. Just like compared to what I think, honestly, like how I think, it doesn't make any sense what she's talking about. Like, anyways, we're going to move on, Batch. There's a whole, you know, thing going down on Twitter, and like the whole point is that she got mad at Dan Crenshaw, and he actually responded with a pretty reasonable criticism, and it was just him saying unbelievable to what she said. And the video, I haven't even shown the video, but let me see if I can get it. We're going to load pretty slow. But thank you, Batch, for tuning in so far. All right, we're going to jump to commercial while I load this, so stay tuned. Hey, Batch, this is Astro coming at you with a quick message. We just want to let you know that we appreciate your support, and we want to make sure that we get feedback, so comment, smash that like button, and subscribe, because you know we love you. And check out the links in the description. There's a couple more ways you can support. We got some stuff down that might be of interest to you. Okay, Batch, I'll get back to it with the podcast. Thank you. What is good, Batch? We are back. Thank you for staying tuned. And here we are with a little bit more of this. We're going to go into this video in context. Here we go. Washington Post.
Representative Illhan Omar's comments from a few weeks back about 9/11 and being Muslim in America have become a thing. Representative Dan Crenshaw quote tweeted a clip saying that she is the first member of Congress to ever describe terrorists who killed thousands of Americans on 9/11 as some people who did something.
CARE was founded after 9/11 because they recognized that some people did something and that all of us were starting to lose access to our civil liberties.
His statement was amplified by tens of thousands of retweets and suggestive media coverage. Let's start with the obvious issue here. Representative Crenshaw shared a short snippet of Omar's 20-minute speech. It took place about a week after the New Zealand attacks. She used the opportunity to make the case for Muslim activism.
Here's the truth. Far too long, we have lived with the discomfort of being a second-class citizen. And frankly, I'm tired of it, and every single Muslim in this country should be tired of it. CARE was founded after 9/11 because they recognized that some people did something and that all of us were starting to lose access to our civil liberties. So you can't just say that today someone is looking at me strange, that I am going to try to make myself look pleasant. You have to say, this person is looking at me strange, I am not comfortable with it, I am going to go talk to them and ask them why. Because that is a right you have.
While she misstates the history of CARE, it was founded in 1994, not after the September 11 attacks. Crenshaw clips her remarks, excluding the piece about civil liberties. Plus, not everyone always refers to the 9/11 terrorists.
Okay, so yeah, he did get a snippet of it, but the only reason that anyone's like looking at that is because of still, even in context, it still looks like the same thing. The principle is still the same. I don't see the difference. I don't see how it changes anything. Seeing it in context, out of context. I feel like Dan Crenshaw still has the same opinion. She still described it as that. Some people did something. And she's talking to Muslims, American Muslims. And she's portraying the whole event to make them, instead of us like taking care of the actual problem, oh no, we just attacked our own Muslim people. She's saying that all Muslims got victimized on that day, and she's claiming victimhood. She's claiming victimhood for all Muslims, American Muslims, after that day. Yeah. Instead of including maybe the sympathy of the Americans that died in there. And who knows? I don't know all the identities of those people that died in there, and I don't think there was probably a Muslim in there. There was probably a white guy in there. There's probably a race of everything in there. At least one. So, like, I don't understand why people can feel like, oh, we can separate on this issue. It's like, no, we're all on the same side. I don't understand where you think the separation is, because we're condemning terrorism, right? We don't like that, right? Like this and like the guy in New Zealand, like nobody likes that, right? White supremacy, nobody likes that, right? Am I right? Come on. Are we on the same side? Please tell me that we're on the same side against racism, against categorizing people by the color of their skin and by how much money they make or how they look. Anything outside appearance is just terrible to categorize people like that. It sucks. I mean, if you're gonna do sports, if you look at sports, I mean, obviously everybody naturally goes where they're naturally more adept. So there's industries where it's harder to look at that stuff, or it's harder to understand that stuff. But when you're a civil citizen in society, conducting conversations and electing officials and politicians and representatives, why does any of this stuff from those industries matter when you're talking about ideals and policy? Those are not related to your skin color. They're not. And your life experiences can differ in many ways, and they can be very similar in more ways and make you more relatable to who you didn't think you were relatable to because you had a conversation with them and you figured it out. It's like, you shouldn't be so closed-minded, on thinking that, everybody thinks this one way and I'm the, like I got a group with these guys because they think right or something. No, like, you don't know what everybody's thinking. You don't. I don't. You don't. It's good that we don't. It's maybe one day with Facebook, Big Brother, maybe we will know what everybody's thinking, like publicly, and just broadcasted 24/7. Who knows? But anyways, there's a lot more of this. She gets apparently she said that she's getting death threats. AOC jumps to her defense. AOC is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She jumps to her defense like, she should not be getting death threats. We got to stop this, and everybody has to like join me in stopping death threats. And I'm like, of course, nobody wants death threats, and that's illegal to do a death threat. So if we see a death threat, let's frickin' report it. Let's report that flipping a flip, because why not? Why aren't you gonna report it? Like, obviously, if you see a threat for your life, you're going to report it, to the police, not to just Twitter or whatever you think is your police. No, report it to your actual police, local police department. If your life is being threatened, whenever, on social media and like, don't stand for it. Like, so was she actually? I want to know. And let's see what these guys have to say about it. Let's see if they pull up any actual threats that were made against her. Or are they just focusing on what they see as attempts to incite violence? Because for them, they seem to look at it as Dan Crenshaw calling that statement that she said unbelievable as an attempt to incite violence. I don't know about these two, but some people are looking at it like that. So let's see what these guys have to say about it.
So one of the first Muslim women to serve in Congress, Democrat Illhan Omar, says that she has faced increased death threats following a controversial tweet from the president. President Trump tweeted Friday, "We will never forget," and interspersed video of comments by Congresswoman Omar. Now, this was a retweet, so intersperse those comments with footage from 9/11. Omar responded on Twitter accusing the president of hate speech. She said that this is endangering lives. It has to stop. Ed O'Keefe is following the story from Capitol Hill.
The president's not trying to incite violence against anybody. He's actually speaking out against it.
White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders defended the president's tweet on Sunday, saying the congresswoman has a history of making offensive comments.
Democrats refuse to call her out for it. If she continues to do it, the president will continue to call her out.
In a statement, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi demanded the president take down the video, saying hateful and inflammatory rhetoric creates real danger. And a number of 2020 Democratic presidential candidates criticized the president for taking his attack too far. Congresswoman Omar was speaking to the Muslim civil rights organization CARE in March when she made these comments about the World Trade Center attacks.
CARE was found.
Hold on. Okay, because we already saw this part. Sorry, Batch. Anyways, we already saw this part. Did you see real quick back there? I don't know, let me see if I rewind it a little bit. Right there, where they got the freaking Democrat, Power Rangers over there jumping to, like, if they're all on the same team, jumping in there with the same thing they got to say about it. Pretty much. Saying that the Americans suffer from Islamophobia. Are you kidding me? This guy Beto O'Rourke is hilarious, dude. He can't be a real human being. Like, what are you talking about? Oh my gosh. And Kamala Harris, for 2 years, this president has used the most powerful platform in the world to sow hate and division. Hasn't he been in there for like 3 years? So does she think the first year was, what 2 years are you talking about? And I don't know what you're talking about. Hate and division? I think he just disagrees with the mainstream media. In the mainstream media, both sides likes to make the narrative fit what they would rather their listeners hear. And it sucks, It does. And we got to figure out a way to do it. Decentralized news networks on the blockchain. Somebody do it. Somebody out there. Get it done. You already know, Batch. We're talking about entrepreneurs, ideas. Let's do it. You need my help? I'll help you out. I don't know how, but I don't know. I'll be a reporter for you. Maybe sometimes. I don't know. Probably not. Anyways, Batch. Moving on. That was some bullshit. Damn, I should get a beeper every time I curse. A beep. Whatever. Censor button. Censorship. I'm not a fan of censorship, Batch. Just so you know. Just for me, because I have a potty mouth. So, I am sorry, Batch. Maybe I'll have to restrict the age limit for this video. But, yeah. Look at this team of Democrats. They're all running for president. Every one of them. And they're, like, the team of Democrats running for president. And, talking about the same stuff. And, it's like if you pick one of them, they all win or something. It's like, I don't understand. Can we go back to, like, choosing our favorite ones or something? I don't know. Like, let's think of a better system. Let's get some more people. Even more. We got to throw even more people in there. More Democrats. More people in the middle. Please. More independents. Even though apparently there's something bad with independents being in office. I haven't been alive long enough to give an opinion on independence in a presidential office. So, anyways. So, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez tweeted this. Not so nice when you hear it, like, because, okay, everyone thinks Illhan Omar, or they know, or they think, that she's an anti-Semitist against Jews. Then you have Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez over here, who a lot of people are also criticizing anti-Semitism, quotes a poem famous from the Holocaust. Are you kidding me? Is this seriously what we're doing? Nobody is silencing Muslims. Who? I want to know who is. I want you to start naming names. I want to know these people. I want to know these organizations that are actually silencing Muslims. You think Donald Trump is doing it? How? How the hell is Donald Trump the mastermind behind what? Censoring Muslims somehow? By implementing the ban that Obama actually created the format for? I don't understand, man. I don't understand. These people, they think that we're stupid. You know, they really do think that we're stupid. That, like, us Americans, us people, that we just don't know better. That, oh, okay, I'll start judging these people. Oh, hey, man, you're white. You think this, so you suck, or you just don't understand. Oh, you're a male. Oh, you're a female. Oh, those don't exist. It's like, what are you guys even talking about? Let's get back to reality. Come on. Come with me back to reality, guys. So, MSNBC has something to say. Let's see what they got to say.
We can talk a bit about the video first of all. This misleadingly edited video. This comment's taken out of context.
Well, I mean, the comments are taken out of context. That's that. Look, this sort of putting aside for a second the Twitterification of politics and cable news and everything, which I think is just tragic. And to be completely clear, one congresswoman and what she's saying, it matters more their policies, right? And Donald Trump has a documented set of policies attacking immigrants in general, attacking Muslims and Muslims seeking visas. And meanwhile, Illhan Omar has supported a policy that would support, health and healing for victims of 9/11 and 9/11 attacks. So let's just be clear. I do think what they do should be more important than what they say. The other thing here is this is about proportionality, right? And the fact is that there's nothing wrong with what she's saying, right? In front of a group of Muslims who love their country as much as all of us at this table do. She put what happened in 9/11 in context because the fact is, it is some people. It was two handfuls of people who committed those attacks. And most of us, I think, most good people in this country want to be clear that that was not all Muslims. Meanwhile, you have Donald Trump and the right as part of a deliberate campaign to smear Muslims and to inflame fear and resentment in their voting base.
Okay, wait. She sounds like she's not done talking. Oh.
You have Donald Trump who lied that thousands of Muslims celebrated the 9/11 attacks. That was a lie. You have him.
It keeps sounding like she's not finished.
Saying that Muslims hate America, Islam hates us. That's a lie. That's not true. And so to parse her words, right, and call into question her patriot.
Okay, so I don't know what the hell this lady is talking about. Seriously? Are you talking about the radical Islam? The ones that believe in the destruction of Israel? And Israel is our ally? Because they do not believe in the destruction of you, or at least they're not doing it, or they are now, or whatever. I don't have a camera out there telling me what's going on. Apparently Alex Jones does, or obviously our government does, and I'm very well aware that she does not, and Donald Trump does. So if anybody knows, what's going on with this Donald Trump and the government, because the media is not even being transparent anymore with us, unless it's like something so basic in general, like a fire. I'm sorry, that's not basic, obviously. It's tragic. But regardless, what she's saying doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. I don't understand. Like, okay, she's talking to, like, so what is your point? Do you want to do you want to just say, like, okay, so Americans are Islamophobic and we got to drop American morals that started this country and made it where it is, to where you have such a loud voice that it's right here and I can hear it and everybody else can too. It's freedom of speech and it's very powerful and you have it and you're using it a lot, you know, you're taking advantage of it. So I don't understand why there's so much controversy on this. I don't understand. And she's just overreacting too. Like, they're just both sides are just overreacting, I guess. You know, obviously if you watch Fox News, they're going to frame it in a way that it's even more, you know, stupid than it was when you watch like CNN or something, because that's pretty much what they talk about, is what they talk about. And what they talk about is like Trump or all of this stuff. And then calling us Americans Islamophobic. What grounds do you have to say that and categorize the entire American people, even though you are American? Did you have Islamophobia? Like, you are accusing yourself of being Islamophobic. And I need to see that you are, because I do not feel it. I don't think I am. I don't think I ever was. So I don't understand what these people are talking about. Let me know what you think, Batch. Let me know if you ever feel like, you know, you've been Islamophobic in your life. You know, obviously if something's different than your culture, you're going to be like, oh, that's odd for me, until I understand what it is. So first experience for anybody obviously is going to be like, let me experience what this is. Like, so let me ask some questions like, hey, what is that you're wearing or something, you know? Or don't take it as disrespect, take it as respect, because they're trying to learn about you and who you are and your culture, because they don't know. And be more, you know, open about expressing, you know, what you believe, guys. You know, don't try to take the sideline and let someone else take the mic or something. Just say what you believe. Everybody's opinion matters. They do, all right, to an extent, obviously. And I don't think there's any measure for that. But regardless, everybody's opinion matters. So just, you should use it. You should at least, you know, give a real one, you know, really what you think and what you've come up with from what you've learned and what you've seen. So I'm trying to be as transparent as possible, Batch. You know, I love the country and the people. I don't love the government as much as that, but I am willing to meet people in the middle sometimes, but not if they're extreme, because then it's like, how? Because I'm already more towards the middle. So it's like, I don't understand why they want to go so far left. And then you have the people in the woods who are far right, and they're just worried about them. It's like, why are you trying to focus us on them, you know, when their ideas are under free speech? They can preach them, but we're not listening to them because we don't understand and we don't like them. We don't understand that shit. Like, how can you understand their views? Like, they're all white supremacists, like up in the woods, burning crosses and shit. Like, I don't understand any of that shit. It doesn't make any sense. They got breeders. Like, they're trying to breed people. Like, that's what they've resorted to. Because people don't listen to that shit, and they don't like it, and it's dying off. Like, so, Batches, there's a lot of stuff going on in America and all over the world. And France, Paris, all the love to them. Seriously, my heart goes out to them and the Christians, Catholics that, you know, feel, you know, affected by it, because it is spiritually, you know, something that a lot of people might take a lot heavier than I would. It is history too, so that's more of what I look at, is the historical, you know, loss in that building and how much it's seen and done, pretty much. So a lot to learn, you know, and I don't like anything that has a lot to learn being burned down or taken. So let's not do censorship. Let's keep everything open. What do you guys think about Julian Assange? Seriously. But yeah, Batch, let me know what you think. And that's going to be all for today. Smash that like. Oh, well, actually, let me show you guys back to D Live. D Live. We might be live right now, I think, on D Live. So go follow us. Once we get to a certain amount of followers, I think it's 200, we can get subscribers. We can then get subscribers. So they got the support creators button up top with PewDiePie. So if you guys are creators, jump on this platform, you know, get on there, follow us, follow PewDiePie, and everyone else making a move, because it's really cool. Decentralized live streaming platform. So, hey, look, creators on the rise. They're trying to be like YouTube. They're going to take out YouTube, hopefully. Maybe not take them out completely, but at least their competition. A lot of gamers on this website, Batch. So we are some of the only podcasts. So come hit us up over here on D Live. You got, you know, streamer referral that I don't have yet because you got to be a partner to get a referral or something like that. And I haven't really subscribed to much except for PewDiePie and somebody else. But yeah, Batch, you can get paid in these Leno points for doing these videos, and you can buy Leno points, and you can do a lot of stuff pretty much. So, Batch, I'm gonna leave it as it is. Maybe Bitcoin will go to 6,000, maybe it won't. Other than that, I'm just gonna leave it right there. Follow us on Instagram, High Ego Bachelors. Facebook, High Ego Bachelors. Twitter, HE Bachelors. So, this is Astro signing out, guys. Hit one of the links in the description. Smash the like button. You already know what it is. I think we're done here. The title is not the same. I gotta update the title on this. This is number 48, guys. We're talking about not this. We're not talking about this. This was the last episode, so I hope you see the updated title. That's gonna be it for today, Batch. Follow us. We'd love your support. We'll follow back. Just hit us up. Let us know, and we'll share the love. Spread it, Batch. Positive energy in this bitch. Let's go.